I was make Simone this question. Do you want to be a good player? If it's like this, you can play spiker. But if you want to be the best, you have to play setter.
Our guest today is a famous name in the world of Italian volleyball. He was one of the main factors that transformed Trentino Volley into a dominant power on the world volleyball stage more than 10 years ago. He worked for a long period of time in the Trento Youth Academy, and 2 years ago he started a new adventure, improving the young talent in Bulgaria, in Levski Sofia. Ladies and gentlemen, Andrea Burattini.
Mr. Burattini, first of all, I would like to thank you for accepting the invitation to be a guest in a Volleyball Explained podcast, first of all. First of all, I would like to get you back a little bit in time, in your Trento period, because you worked in the almost 10 years, if I'm right?
Yes.
In the Trento Academy, and my first question is a little bit more specific about Simone Giannelli, because in the beginning he played as an attacker, but then he changed as a setter, and even yesterday with the Trento match against the team of Pippo, we have this specific idea of a player who can play in both positions. When did you actually decide for changing his position, and why?
Simone, when was very young, play spiker, but why is a good player in this position. I think yes, I remember we was make I think 2 or 3 final with Simon in this role, and was be MVP in this role. But I was make Simone this question. Do you want to be a good player in First Liga? If it's like this, you can't play spiker. But if you want to be the best in one rule, you have to play setter. Why you have some characteristic mnogo važno, very important za raspodelitja, kato raspodelitja. I think at the hand, at the head, the decision, the tactica is very important. When was be 16 year, 15 year, this is absolutely extraordinary. It's not normal.
I remember that he was even in the Trento squad against Piacenza 2013. Then he was, I think, 16, 17 years of age when Rafa was injured.
Yes.
And since I'm talking about this, I'm interested also. Radostin Stoichev took over Trento in 2007.
Yes.
Thereafter, what did he change in the team, and including in the academy, in the way of working, and etc. etc.
But Rado was be most important in Trentino Volley, but in the team, in the main team, it's most important. But in the youth academy, youth sector, don't was work. When I was make the player, I was take at Vlado, but Vlado was make only the work for the main team. Very important thing is with Vlado, with Rado, we was make a change in the mentality. This is most important, and this was making important not only for the main team but for every team, for the young player, and this is I think the most important thing from Rado.
I'm asking if he gave you some kind of instructions for system of playing, because for example there are football teams where all the teams from the men's team to the lowest team in youth, they have to play according to specific system of playing. Is this even possible, and is this feasible in volleyball to work under a single system?
Yes.
4 teams?
This is my method. I think it's most important to building one way. We work for the step. We work for example, with the under 14. We have some objective. We have to work for this. With the under 17, we have the other objective. Like this, when the guy is ready for the jump in the first team, all is okay. All is okay. But it's most important. It's most important to be the same old idea of the volleyball, and is what I want to make here.
When do you think a youth player shall be profiled in a specific position, receiver, setter, opposite, and is there an age when you can say this is the age which for a specific position you can profile a player? Because from even from young Bulgarian players, I heard that the coaches are trying to see which player is able, for example, to receive, and then on a later stage they are trying to profile them into specific position. Is there any specific age according to the position, and especially because we talked also about Giannelli for the setter position, because it's a little bit more specific maybe?
I was changed not only Giannelli, why I was changed the position also at Nelli. Do you know? And Nelli now is the opposite in Belgorod. Nelli before is a setter, and now is a diagonal. But I think for every position is one period where is most important to work. I think the first position is the setter. Why? When we play with young player under 14, we have to be to building one, 2 or 3 setter. Why? Without this we don't play. After, I think they are one period from 15 here to 17 here, where it's most important to work for the post reception, and why this is the phases, sensible phases for this element. I think the posledno, the last is mid blocker and diagonal. Why? In these rules, it's most important the struttura fisica. But I think this is in general the choice. I think.
With regard to this change of positions and specific positions, what do you say to a young player who wants to play in a certain position? I believe that from the young age, the children, they like to spike. But for example, like with the example of Nelly, you see that this player is better for another position. in this case, is the other way around. But still, what do you say? Actually, this is very similar to the Giannelli's example. You could become a good player in that position, but you will be great in another one. So it's similar like with Giannelli.
But I don't tell so much things. I want to come with me in the court, and for Nelly, I was tell Gabriele, you are a good setter, but you are not most quick, but you jump, you touch 3.70 meters. You spike strong like a team player from main team. You have a reach very high. I think it's better like this. But when we stay in Falconara, my first team, I was work with Andrea Bari. Do you know Andrea Bari? Mm-hmm. Andrea Bari. Andrea Bari was a talent for spike. Why was be in 16 years is the most important player in Italy in this category. But Beshe, che so? I was tell Andrea, you can't be a good player like spiker, but you can't be the number one like libero. The first time it's not easy, but if I tell you 1 time, 2 time, 3 time, the finish I win.
I think that Teodor Saparov told me the same thing, that he was actually in his late youth when the libero position was introduced. So his choice was either to stay not so decent spiker, but to become a libero. Actually, when did this happen with Nelly? I remember him in 2012, I believe, when the Trento played with Crvena Zvezda in Belgrade, and I attended the match there. I believe that
Nelly
2000 with Nelly. When it which year?
When I was changed.
Yes.
Allora,
Nelly.
After 17,
mm-hmm.
After 17, I think.
Yeah,
Nelly is 93, and see, we was make the last final under 17. In this final, Nelly was play setter. In the next final, Nelly was play. The diagonal Beshe Giannelli Nelly. It's not.
And then the other way around. Yeah. Yes. What advice would you like to give to a young coach who started the challenge to work with children? Because I believe it's different to work with young kids than with.
I think the first question is thing is this. I think I was training. With the young player and the main team. When you work with the young player, you are a trainer. When you work with the main team, you are a organization, management.
Manager.
It's not like when you work with the young player. Most important is to be very with the enthusiasm. We have to want this. Why there are some moments where it's very difficult to work with the young player, but it's most important. Don't lose never the idea. We stay here for play, not for. We don't have to be the pressure. We have to be we have to play. This is the most important thing, I think.
Yeah, maybe the difference is like the football coach Jose Mourinho told once that I'm not making players, I'm making a team. So in the youth maybe a coach makes players, but in the men's teams they are making teams, not players. The players are already made. And how do you counteract the concerns of young players? For example, they're making several errors, and the first thing they do is to look at the coach. How do you handle with that one?
But now,
these concerns of young players.
When I have the young players.
Yeah, when young players make several mistakes, errors.
Yes. I understand. Allora, this is most important thing. Why? When I work with the young player, I have to know there are one moment where we make a lot mistakes. Why? If I make training at low level, we don't try with the big force, big risk. I don't make a good training. But if I think like this, I have to be the idea. It's possible to have some mistake. I think they are the different mistake. For example, service. If they are one mistake when the ball is out, dolga topka. It's a mistake, but it's not a most important mistake. But if I make a service and the ball is everything in the net, това е не много добре mistake. The attack is the same. We have to know the difference from the mistake. Why? But most important is I know when I make some players, there are some moment where there are a lot of mistakes.
And how do you handle the negative emotions after a defeat for the young players?
I think we have to talk about the situation where we don't play well. Why? We have to know this situation, but we have to talk also of the good things. Why we have to go to think every time enforce positive one positive idea. Ecco.
Now for 2 years you have been working here in Levski.
Yeah.
How actually did Vlado Nikolov convince you to come here? Because for some people may say that's strange for a big Italian coach to come in Bulgaria and work.
For me it's not strange. Why? When I was talk with Vlado, it was be easy. Why? Vlado is have the same mentality like me. And when I was talk with Vlado was tell me about a situation same like Trento. I was come here in Bulgaria. I was see. I was tell Vlado, it's okay. It's good for me. And the motivation is why here they are the material, human material of the very high level.
You are already achieving significant results in the youth championship. Also, there are a lot of young players also in the men's team already. When you came here in Bulgaria and got acquainted with everything which is happening in the club and especially in the youth academy, what was the first thing you say to yourself that you need to fix this? I should work more on that one or something.
In the other
here. I mean, what was the first thing you told yourself that you need to work on that and to improve that one, because it needs to be fixed a little bit in this sense?
When I was come here, I was asked Vlado only one struttura organization like a main team. I think it's most important to work like a main team, but it's most important to have an organization like a main team. Now we work for to have in every team two trainer, for have one physiotherapist za main team e za young team, for to have one trainer, physic trainer for main team e for young team, scout man, one structure like a main team. I think this is most important for to be at the top, and I was asked this at Vlado, but it's not easy, but I think step by step we can to make this. Now most important is Zalata, the court, the new court. I think can to make with us the big step.
Yes, because for the spectators you are now training in several halls. I believe here in Arena Isav, in
now it's a disaster.
Yeah,
but
so after the new hall is ready, you're going to be only there.
Yes. But here, in this situation, they are the court. They are the physical training. They are physiotherapist. Everything is here. The spa, everything, and this is. But I think if we was make good results with this situation, we can to make very good results with the other situation.
When do you know when should the hall be ready for you to train?
I think it's problems for the days. I think 10 days, 15 days. I don't know.
That's very good news.
Yes.
And the goal Vlado Nikolov set for the club is 4 national players in the Olympic Games in 2024. And my question is a little bit even outside Levski. What do you think about the young talent in all Bulgarian clubs and the other clubs? For example, we have players like Denis Karyaginev, Tohimik, Georgi Tatarov, and the academy Stoichev, Kazijski.
But I think in Bulgaria they are a lot of players. You was tell two names most important. Why Karyagis and Tataro for me was most important player. But there isn't only this. Pirin, they are a lot of players. But I think they are most important player. But now I have the focus in my player. Why I don't like to talk about the other. Why it's good, but we have to work here now.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Burattini, again for being our guest in First Tempo podcast, and I would like to wish you all the success with Levski, not only in the youth teams but also in the main team.
Merci. Thank you.
And dear spectators, thank you again for watching us. You can also listen to our podcasts in Spotify and other platforms for podcasts. You can subscribe to our YouTube channel and follow us in the Facebook page. And if you are a very big fan of ours, you can also support our podcasts and videos in Patreon with the link in the description below. Thank you again, and I would like to hope that you're going to watch us also the next time. Bye.
Bye.